is super exciting. It marks the beginning of my bedroom makeover, which will be a forest nature inspired room, and I'm super excited to get into it. If you missed my planning video, I talked a little bit about the challenges of the space. A, it being quite small, B, that it is south facing so it doesn't get much light, and C, that I bought a bedroom set several years ago, which if you've been around on YouTube for a while watching interior design videos, you'll know that that's like a cardinal sin of interior design. So my plan is to draw the eye away from the bedroom set by making quite a large feature wall behind the bed. And I have wanted two kind of aesthetics in this room. A, something a little bit more traditional, and B, something nature inspired. So my plan is to put up some picture frame molding and put a beautiful forest wall mural inside the picture frame molding, because if I thought about putting a wall mural across the entire wall, but I thought it just might be a little bit too dominating in a small space. So I thought, why not combine the two aesthetics together and put the wallpaper just inside the picture frame molding. So I created a mood board and put all of the elements together that I want on a single page. Creating a mood board is a really handy tool because you can put pictures in that of the actual things that you want to purchase, and just make sure that they all like work together before you actually buy them. And so I put together the wallpaper that I wanted, some pendant lights, a rug that I already had, and some bedding and so on, and just made sure that I had a cohesive looking palette and room and whatnot before I got started. So the first thing I want to tackle is these hideous renter blinds, which are just really dark and depressing. And I want to put up some curtains. So my mum came to help me get rid of the old blinds, and it already started feeling loads better. I purchased some curtains from Ikea and the curtain rod and rings from Spotlight. Full disclosure, the curtains turned out great, but I would probably look for a different curtain rod in future next time I do this. I used some hollow wall anchors to hold up the curtain rod, which I just got from Bunnings, and that's our hardware store here in Australia. But these hollow wall anchors, they're really easy to use. You just make a hole in the wall, you put them in, you then unscrew it and remove the screw so that the anchor behind it will split open behind the drywall. And then you put the thing that you need to hang up on the wall, and then you screw that very same screw back in to hold it there. I also wanted to add some additional privacy in my room, so I found some static window frosting for the window. This is from Luzin & Co. It's really easy to apply. You just spray the window down wet, apply the window film, smooth it out with a plastic squeegee, and then you cut the edges with a blade and job done. I then wanted to pleat my curtains a little extra than the Ikea hooks were designed for. So I took the hooks and placed them 7 columns apart and then sewed an extra pleat in at the front. Just note that if you do this, it will use a little more fabric than normal than it's designed for, so you may need extra panels to completely cover your window. I apologize for the really terrible camera footage here. I'm still kind of getting used to how to set up a camera. stage was to start the mouldings on the wall. At this point, I hadn't actually figured out my plan yet for the room. I just knew I wanted them. I got a miter box from Bunnings and I had nowhere to use it other than on the floor. Please don't judge me. If you have a workbench, it's better to secure it to that. I measured each piece to form 3 boxes on each wall, 2 small on the sides and 1 large box in the center, and I cut each piece to size. I used my mini level and measuring tape to make sure that each piece was straight and aligned. If you have a laser level, that would make this process so much easier. I secured them to the wall with some double-sided mounting tape. I could have done this using nails, but I don't have a nail gun, so the tape was just an easier option and I didn't want to be scraping glue off the walls later. I figured I'll probably have to be doing a little bit of wall repair at some point, so tape just seemed like the best option for me. With the center box across from the bed, there's a giant air conditioner in the way, and I thought about making the box smaller or lower, but I figured actually the most seamless look would be to measure 2 smaller pieces to come out either side of the air conditioner to give the illusion that the box continued through the unit. I also did the same thing with any power points I happened to come across. I then primed each piece of trim on the wall with a water-based primer called the Bullseye 123 primer, and then I coated each with 2 coats of Hanes water-based paint in the color Balsa 3, which matches my walls, and it's a really pretty purpley off-white color. FYI, I used an angle brush to paint the trim. It makes life so much easier. I think next time I do this, I might paint the trim before attaching them to the walls. Since I have no nail holes to fill, I think it would be easier to paint them first. It's another day. I'm here with Aggie and also my mom today, and we're going to be putting wallpaper up on the wall behind me. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like when I finally get it up. I've been thinking about it and dreaming about it for ages, and today the day is finally here. So first we will move the bed and then we will get stuck right into putting the wallpaper on the wall. I got my wallpaper from Happy Wall, and it even comes with a little squeegee to apply it. So for my walls, I had 6 panels in total, and at the end of the first and the second boxes, I had to cut the panels in half to be able to apply it in both boxes. And I essentially did this by holding it up against the wall and just cutting along the outer edge of where the mouldings were. I then put the remaining piece of the panel in the next box. So that's all I have for you today. Before I show you the final reveal of the wallpaper, I just want to thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to stay tuned for the final touches that will go into this room makeover. Thanks again and see you next time. Bye.